we have him on. Coach, thank you for being patient with us and coming back on here at 1:15.
Oh, no problem. Appreciate you having me on.
Coach, what we like to really do, I mean, since tryouts you have concluded for a lot of teams now, we would like to start off with the Meet the Team segments and who are going to be some mainstays and main faces on this 2022 edition of the Blue Devils.
Well, we have our seniors, Maria Brazil, Megan Zajac. They've been wonderful leaders, about as good as leaders as a coach could ask for. So they've been a big part of our all-season strength conditioning. And then our other returning players will be Megan Klockner, Lauren Sierra, Michaela Lewis, Grace Bundy. Luckily, I have her back. She was out last year with an injury, so we're glad she's back. And then sophomore Gianna Constantino. And then we have a couple freshmen who will get some varsity time, and Miley Titus and Juliana Crumpack. So we kind of got a good group of girls who are excited for the season to start.
Last season, this was a talented team, but it was also a young team, and I think there were times when you saw that youth kind of come in, and that was one of the things that, when I was talking to you after games, or I was talking to Coach Harkerroad after games, it was like, what we have to do, is just you'll learn, get the experience, get the reps. And now you have them coming into this year. How much growth have you seen from what you saw last year to the summer and the workouts and the scrimmages, and what you hope translates into this year?
Yeah, there's no doubt they've gained experience. A lot of them played club in the off season, so that has really helped with their development. But they're just a really close-knit, tight team. They get along on and off the court, and that really shows in how well they play together on the court. So I'm really excited to get this season going.
What are some things and adjustments you want to make with this team, or you want to see from them right before the season starts?
I know it's a little bit early, but our biggest thing we have to work on is playing more consistently. We have kind of spurts of really, really good play, and then things kind of just go haywire, and then it takes us a little while to get back in our groove. So I'm really hoping that we can fix that sooner than later to play a lot more consistent volleyball, all sets, not just a few sets here and there. So that's something we've really been stressing in these early practices.
Volleyball is a sport where you really don't get into the practice gym a lot during the season. I mean, you hit the ground running. You're playing 3-4 games a week when the season gets rolling. So how important are these summer months and these last couple of weeks to really, get a lot of practice in when you don't get a lot in during the regular season?
Right. Yeah, you're right. We opened up, I think, 3 matches in a row without a practice. So, we have to really get things in ahead of time. We just have to maximize our practice time. Girls come in for some extra work before practice. So, we just really try to use up the time we have and, prioritize things we need to work on. So, yes, it is very challenging with, a tight schedule to get our practices in, as well as our conditioning and weightlifting. But the girls have been very good about it. They've approached every day with a positive attitude, ready to work. So, it's exciting to see their approach to this. And again, we're looking forward to getting this going.
It's obviously a very competitive conference in the MVAC Scarlet side. Where do you guys see yourselves, or what should you do, I guess I should say, to be able to get yourselves in that top spot of the conference, finishing second to Western Reserve a year ago?
Yeah, so there's no doubt we probably have one of the best conferences in the area. Last year in the district finals, 3 of the 4 teams were from our league. So it's a very, very competitive league. We just have to come ready to play every match. There are no slouches in our league. Every league match is going to be tough and challenging. And so we have to be ready each and every match that we get into.
And then, if your league wasn't hard enough, you've put together a pretty strong non-conference schedule too. I mean, you got Columbiana, you got Maplewood, who always puts together a good volleyball team on there. You're going to play Canfield. You're going to play Crestview as a non-conference game. Putting together this schedule, I imagine you're excited for the tests that your girls are going to get throughout the season, and hopefully, for your sake, that prepares them a lot for districts.
Yes, exactly, and that's exactly the reason we beefed up our schedule this year to get us ready for the tournament. Last year we were a little disappointed and losing the first round to a very good Newton Falls team, but we didn't play real well. So hopefully this schedule will help us be more prepared for the tournament, not only for the players, but also for us coaches to get them better prepared to see really tough competition throughout the year so that when the tournament comes around, we're more ready than we were last year.
I mean, McDonald being a successful volleyball program, though, hasn't been a secret. You guys have been successful for quite some time. What's the secret to success and sustaining the success beyond multiple classes?
Well, it all goes back to the players. McDonald is known for athletes in all sports. It's a very athletic community and school community. So it's all credit goes to the players. They show up ready to work. They're dedicated to the sport. A lot of them play club, so they're kind of all in. And as a coach, it makes things a lot easier for me that they have that approach to volleyball. So it's all in the players and how they approach everything we do, from weightlifting, conditioning to our practices. They're very positive, and they show up ready to work hard and to improve.
With how successful it's been, it's easy to forget that it's a new program. It's still what I think this is the fourth year of McDonald volleyball. So these seniors will be the first ones that have gone through freshman to senior year as volleyball players at McDonald. So when you think about that, you think about how new this program is. What have you seen from the growth of the volleyball program, and how much has it just taken off since it started?
Oh yes, fourth year, we have progressed really well. And again, it goes back to the athletes, but also to my coaches, from Kemi Hefner in the junior high, and now Alex Fisher, both of them great volleyball backgrounds, great volleyball players. And obviously my assistant, Tim Harkerode, have been so instrumental in getting this program going. Started with Amy Harrison, and now, I've learned from her. And then I'm surrounded by these wonderful assistant coaches from the junior high level up to the high school. So they have been so instrumental in helping develop these players. So I'm very, very lucky to have them on my staff.
In talking about the progression that you've seen, I mean, just looking at it as a whole too, what has been the way you've been able to, I guess, build this program up, like we said, from 8-12 to 16? I mean, consistently getting more and more wins season in and season out. What's been the key to that?
A big part, something I strongly believe in is strength and conditioning. Having a good off-season conditioning strength program helps get them, physically ready to play. And then once practice comes around, helping them see the benefit of the off-season hard work. So we try to give them opportunities for their physical strength to help them play the game better. But again, it goes back to the commitment of the players. They put in the time and effort, and they're seeing the benefits of that.
You've shouted out your staff, so now I want to give you the chance to shout out the McDonald community and also the administration and how supportive they've been to this program that is kind of still a baby in its growth.
Oh yeah, so I can't thank the administration enough, from Mr. O'Connell, Superintendent, Gary Carquito, Principal, Josh Crumpack. They've been so supportive, and from the very get-go, and getting this program started. And the community as a whole, I mean, this community is so great at supporting the high school and all of its activities and teams. Not just sports, but all the activities, extracurriculars at McDonald High School. I'm very lucky to be part of this community. I live here, but also just to see how much this community backs all of its sport programs. So I'm in a very, very fortunate situation to be surrounded by a very supportive administration, but also, just a great community as a whole.
What's a piece of advice that's been given to you that you hold close to you as a coach?
I guess my dad was a coach for a long time. He stressed, discipline, attention to detail, and that has always stuck with me. The little things matter. The little things are the difference between winning and losing. So learning from him all these years, that those things have always stuck with me as a coach. And also, surround yourself with good coaches as well. That also helps. I'm surrounded by great coaches. Again, Tim Harkerode, Kemi Hefner, Alex Fisher. So the attention details, and all these coaches buy into that. All these coaches care, not only about the game of volleyball, but also the players as people, and developing young women. So it's just overall good situation. All my coaches were on the same page, and we buy into the same things.
Coach, you opened the season against Columbiana. We had Coach Martin on a little bit earlier on the show. We asked her about this non-conference rivalry that has been building with McDonald and Columbiana. Seems like the last 2 years, every game that you guys have played against each other has been knockdown, drag out, thrilling. What's it like to build a non-conference rivalry with a team as good as Columbiana is, and what do you expect from this matchup this year?
Oh yes, I mean it's probably the same. I think last year both our matches went to 5 sets, but every year, you know, we open up with them, and it's always a tremendous challenge. They're a well coached, very fundamentally sound team, and it's always a great way to start our year. And it really has come down to has created a big rivalry, just close matches, just great volleyball being played. So it's always exciting to see them on our schedule, especially twice. It gives us a good look again for the tournament, but it is really exciting playing this team. We know they're always going to be playing well and, again, well coached. So, you know, we're excited to see them in a few weeks.
We know every team is unique, so I guess early season, but what would you describe this team's identity as for the McDonald fans that are curious about the upcoming season?
Again, they're really close knit. They play really well together. Communication has been really good. That's big for us, is communication. But that shows that they're a very cohesive group. They work really well together. They communicate well. And I think our community is going to see that when they come to our matches this year. Very, very exciting, energetic group to watch.
All right, Coach, we want to thank you for the time to come on and help us preview McDonald volleyball. We definitely look forward to covering you guys all season. We can't wait to get out there, see what you guys bring to the table. And we wish you continued success, and we look forward to having you on again real soon.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.